sometimes as you get older, you form new interests based on somebody new you met that maybe like your original friend didn't have that, but I met somebody new and like I never thought I would like this, or wow, this person challenges me in this way. Not saying I was never challenged, it's different.
Do you want to party? Who it up, she baby? I won't tell nobody. 내가 널 지켜줄게 however you want it, my dear. Do you want to party? Who it up, she baby? I won't tell nobody. 내가 널 지켜줄게 however you want it, my dear.
Hi, welcome
This is
back.
part 2. We made it, y'all. We yapping for days.
Yeah,
okay.
we yapped a lot, but welcome to part 2 of our 2-part episode about
Relationships
friendships
of
and
friendship. Yeah, not
Yeah.
really relationships, more friendships. But
Well,
those are
friendships
relationships.
are
Yeah,
relationships,
that's is avocado. I was gonna say tomato avocado. Tomato.
You know, aren't they both fruits though?
Yeah, they are, and I love both.
There you go. me
I
too.
love both. But welcome back to another episode of Can I Be Honest? I am Tati.
I am Fiama.
And so we're going to dive right back into the conversation of all things friendships, our friendships, and a little chisme.
Yeah, this is a
Enjoy.
continuation of our last episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And then we'll just get
Let's
right
dive
to it.
in, girl. I want to talk about, like, given that we're talking about adult friendships, it's I don't know if you've seen these videos like on TikTok and stuff, and it's like a woman's getting married, right? And it's her bridal party, and it's like her new friends versus her childhood friends, like looking at you like, who are you? I'm the owner of this house, right? Like, so like, how do you navigate? Because I feel like both of us have this where we have friends who we've been friends with, and then friends who we're very close with now, but we're not our friends for the last 16 years, maybe just like a few years ago. And there's one person for you I'm thinking of and one person for me I'm thinking of. And how do you navigate that, like pouring into a friendship you've had for so many years, but also pouring into a new friendship? And sometimes it's almost like you give them a little bit more time. And it's not on purpose to be like, I don't care about you, we were friends, whatever. But it's almost like we say, if you want to have a friendship and it has to flourish, it's like work, it's like a job. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, how you balance that?
Chat.
Chat.
I have been thinking about this for the past, I think, 16 months.
16?
Yes. And that's how much I've pondered.
I'm trying to do the math.
on
Hold on.
this.
So a year
been
is
over a
12
year.
and then 4 months. So a year ago, it was, you're watching this in May, but right now it's April. And then 4 months. Okay. I did the math.
Yeah.
Okay. So January.
Roughly, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Probably like 16 to like 18. Who knows,
Okay.
right? But roughly it's been over a year.
Okay.
And from a person who doesn't make friends easily,
That's why I asked you. Yes.
because I don't trust a lot of people, and I don't open up easily to a lot of people. I like when I tell you that I can catch a vibe of the first
Yeah.
interaction that we have. My intuition and my discernment sometimes when both these bitches get together and they say absolutely not, even if I try not to listen to it, my body won't allow me. It's like my body rejects them. I think what I've discovered as an adult is that we change and our lives change and our journeys change. So when I think of myself where I was 5 years ago is not where I am today.
Yeah.
And a lot of growth has happened for me to be where I am. And that growth includes maturing, realizing that there were things that I used to do that were not good for me, behaviors. I think for a long time, and I don't blame anybody but myself. I don't even blame myself, but I do recognize that that was a decision I made. I would always do what other people wanted to do because that was my way of like, okay, well, we don't have a lot of time that we spend together, so I'm going to do everything that they want to do, even if that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because that's just how we're going to get to spend time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was prioritizing quality time with friends, but didn't necessarily mean that those were things that were
You
in
wanted
my
to do.
interest,
Right.
in my wheelhouse. But those were my decisions. So I think after a while, I always just kind of felt like, well, I'm not really doing things I want. And I had like a hole, and I didn't really know about this until I healed enough where I allowed more people to come into my life and became friends with more people. And at that point, I realized, okay, I am just am a growing adult. So I am also just coming into the woman that I was always meant to be. And with that, like, process of becoming, I am certain of the things that I want to do and what I'm giving my time to. And my sister actually has been my ear through all of this because I have times where I'm even conflicted. And I think something she told me is, you're always going to have friends for different things.
Correct.
And the older that you get, you realize who your friends for different things are. And that just kind of clicked because I was like, yes, I no longer feel like I have a void of doing things that I want to do because now I have friends that shared those interests with me.
Yeah.
And who we are very similar to, like, we are always on the same page about, we want to go to a farmer's market. We want to do this. I can't not. I'm sure that they would go if I asked them to, but where it's naturally that that's what they want to do, those wouldn't be all of my friends. So the fact that we naturally have interests, I think that's just where now I really understand. They share the other side of my interests that were not shared with any of my like older friends before, for example. And I think to the friendships that have been there for years, because we're also growing adults, it's almost like that discovery of, like, you know, when you're in what people say when you're in a marriage for over, I don't know, 10 years, and then you have to start dating yourself again and like finding yourself again. I feel like that's what needs to happen with those friendships
100.
Because the interest that you used to have when you were a 25-year-old
changes.
A 30-year-old.
Yes.
And especially as you grow, like, keep going up in age, they're gonna change.
Yes.
We're changing, we're evolving. We're now more part of ourselves. Like, we're more of the women that we've either become or where we were meant to be. And with that comes a lot of different behaviors. Like, a lot of new boundaries, maybe a lot of like maybe just less time that we want to be out past you know, a certain time. Then changes in schedule. People are busy. So it's like, you know, we all have, I think, a good understanding of like, okay, well, we're gonna pencil this in our calendar and this is what we're gonna do, because otherwise people have things that they have to do and that they prioritize and that it means something to them. So I think it's also just kind of still finding things that you want to do with other people. And if they don't want to do those things, is finding other interests, like, or other ways that you can spend time. So I think that's where I'm at with my other friendships, where I know that we just have to find new things to do, because I have my group of friends where, like, we don't think about it. We just all want to do the same things. And it's very, like, it's a very natural thing. So those, I almost don't even have to worry about it because we already know that when something comes up, we're all going to want to do it.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page. It's with my other friends that we need to like find more interest.
Yeah.
Because a lot has happened in the past 3-4 years. Like you've been working on your PhD for who knows how long. So it is more than understood that was going to be time that was going to be sacrificed, that, used for self-development. This other one just came back from living in another country. So I am actually very excited to spend time with her because I've been waiting for this moment for a really long time because I can't wait to physically see the change in her because I know that she's changed. Yeah. And I wanted this.
And I would love at some point, because we even said like we don't want to do guests right away because I think a part of you guys like learning about us is just us having these conversations. But I think that would be a cool episode for her to share her journey, especially for women or anybody out there who wants to try like solo traveling and get tips and tricks. But that could be something helpful, like that honest, journey.
Our group of girls are so solid that all of them legit are so inspirational. Yeah. Like they've all in their different careers and day-to-day lives are just
no bums,
badass freaking women
and good women. Like, because you could be a bad, you could be a bad, like you could be like in your bag, baddie, face beat, hair 10, body T, all that, and then just be like
ugly on the inside,
ugly, fake, not loyal, like flip floppy, rude, right? Yeah, we're blessed, but I think we had discernment in our like shared group, and then, but you know what I like though? Even though like we have like separate friendships, somehow we merge together because we have discernment. You know me, I know you. I know if you won't like somebody.
We're careful.
We're very careful. But man, when we bring our worlds together, it's so great.
It's great.
I'm so excited for my graduation party.
They love it.
I'm excited for my graduation party because like it's like Disneyland when they the Disney Channel when they have crossover episodes. I keep saying that's my graduation party. It's gonna be the crossover episodes. I love that, and I think like going what you said it so well. Like I'm gonna say the smallest thing because you took a lot of the words out of my mouth. Different interests, and not only that, sometimes as you get older, you form new interests based on somebody new you met. That maybe like your original friend didn't have that, but I met somebody new and like, I never thought I would like this. Or wow, this person challenges me in this way. Not saying I was never challenged. It's different. And I think what's important is you date your friends and like continuously get to know them, catch up. I could go days without talking to Fiamma and I never feel like she hates me. She thinks I hate her. No. Yeah. It's life. Like,
plus, that's a very much that's how I function.
Yeah, no, and I know that. I know that though. She does not like. I don't need to talk to her
every day.
No. But then I have the everyday one, right? And not because it's forceful. It's because I literally see this person almost every day. And then I also think because of when you're around a person so much, naturally you build like more of a connection. Because that doesn't mean I talk to everybody I'm around a lot because I want to. You just build on each other and they bring out different versions of you. And the beautiful thing is I could learn something from some person and they could make me better. Then that means I learn how to be better for my other friends. Now that is growth. That is character development. That is what you want to continuously strive for. It's not like, okay, I got a new friend. Kick rocks, right? Yeah, like it's like, man, we could all learn something from this person. You should hear about this. Or, oh my God, I saw your friend does this. That's really cool. I probably won't do that. But I think it's really cool to follow that journey. And like, I've never seen anything like it. Now that you brought this person in the space, I'm intrigued. Yeah. And I love that about our friendship.
Did you know that I didn't used to do that before?
Do what?
Like, my journey about having friendships is actually like I've been through the ups and downs with my friends.
Yeah.
So that's why I am not good at making friends, because I have had friends in the past that I've been in the absolute best person to them, and they've been the absolute worst person
Yeah.
to me.
I've been there
So
too.
I have had so many of those stories, or those experiences happen to me, that is why I've become, that is how my discernment,
You became a
that
little more
skill,
guarded.
got so
Yeah.
sharp.
Yeah.
And that is why, like, yes, I became more guarded.
Mm-hmm.
But because of those experiences, I think that I also forgot about parts of myself that I have.
Mm.
And sometimes it takes a person to bring back those parts of yourself, like bring them alive.
Yeah.
And I've discovered that in the past year,
Mm-hmm.
with it, like in the most beautiful way, because
Mm-hmm.
not just from one person, but I would say two people specifically have done this for me,
Mm-hmm.
where I felt like so blessed to have them, because they, some people just know what to do, and they just know how to love you regardless of how many boundaries you give them to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just, God knew what he was doing when he put them in my life, because
Yeah.
he was like,
I can
no,
attest to
bitch,
that.
this is what you needed.
Same.
You needed somebody to just do.
Yeah.
And I love that for me, because
Mm-hmm.
that, I think, really reminded me of like things that I have just been dormant, because nobody else had brought them out of me, or
Yeah.
had done that for me.
Same.
And I love that.
Yeah.
But because of those experiences too, yes,
Mhm.
I was very guarded, and I watch people before I even get to spend time with them. I want to make sure that, like, you've
Mhm.
already passed my judgment.
Yeah.
And it's not judgment, it's just like, I need to know if like, if we even mesh, if our characters even mesh. If you're not a person of integrity, or just like even honest to a certain extent, because I don't expect like loyal, like I don't expect perfection as honesty. I just want,
Authenticity. Just be
yes,
you, be
but it's like,
real, keep it 100. Show
just
up as who you are.
clock your own shit. Like,
Yeah.
just admit to your own shit. I don't want
Yeah.
any of my friends to be perfect, because
No.
I'm not perfect.
No, there's no such thing. And that's
But it's
boring.
like, if you know, like, you're doing something like fucked up, if you
Yeah.
can even admit to it,
Yeah.
that is fucked up, then you'll be questionable to me.
Yeah, I agree.
If you talk shit behind any of your friends, if you talk shit behind their back,
Yeah.
you're gonna do that to me. So I just don't want you around me. So I'm very much like cutthroat when it comes to that, right?
Mhm.
And
Yup. Mhm.
so those parts of me, I think, have flourished because of it. But in that same sense, yes, like, you're learning things from your friends, and like you're evolving. Can I be honest? I forgot the point that I was gonna make, so I'm gonna shut up.
Listen, the moral of the story is it is okay to get new friends as you get older. And I know everybody says, like, it's so much harder to make friends when you're older. It's really not, actually. It's harder to spot who's actually going to be loyal if you don't come in with that discernment from the beginning. And sometimes it takes going through a lot of shitty or like unsettling friendships to learn that skill, because I think it's a skill. I definitely think it's a developed skill. But I think it's so beautiful when you are able to embrace new friendships, foster them, pour into them. Cuz my thing is and you could tell me if you agree with this or not. I've learned I'm not going to spend my time pouring into someone that I know doesn't pour into me. And I think in my past I've poured fucking waterfalls for people. And I think back and I was like, not that it's a what did I get out of you type thing, but it's like, what did you actually pour into me? What did, like, because again, in the moment, I just felt like, oh, it was good company. Oh, I liked our girl talk. Or, oh, she was different than me. So, like, it was nice to see a different perspective. But sometimes, the people who get closest to you are not necessarily there to be your cheerleader. They're there to get insight and then do what they got to do.
Yeah.
And I've like, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. No, I'm not keeping my enemies closer. I want to be as far away from my enemies. Yeah. My enemies don't get the luxury of me and my aura and my presence and all the greatness I bring into a room.
I don't let my enemies infiltrate my circle.
No, so I actually go against keep your friends close and enemies closer. That. My enemies have no business being around me.
Yeah.
No, thank you. But I learned that over the years.
I think another take to that is also learn your friends well enough where you know that the way you show up for them will be understood as what you're trying to accomplish. Because I'm just going to put myself as an example, right? We have the best time. But for example, you love concerts.
Oh, yeah. I love that's my
That's like
I love traveling. I love concerts. I'm an experience.
We like
girl.
Experiences, but we like
our experiences are different
kind of experiences.
Yeah.
So not to say that I won't enjoy going to a concert with her.
That's just not your thing.
Because
versus a farmer's
with her,
market.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
But is that what I'm gonna choose
on your own?
No.
Correct. Yeah.
I could care less for it.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point.
So that's like a perfect example of, like, if you bought me concert tickets, would I appreciate that? 100%, because the thought behind you buying something for me.
But it's not your go-to.
It's not my go-to.
And I know that. And you and I, for sure.
So if I ever wanted to buy her concert tickets, I buy her concert tickets she could take somewhere else. Yeah. Someone else.
Yeah.
Because that's not something that I really care for.
You know what it just reminded me of? So we went to see J Balvin.
But I love that.
No. So
I like him.
So I had 4 tickets. So obviously I invited you and like some of the other girls. But the other girls couldn't make it. And it's funny because I know she don't like concerts. But I was like, but it's J Balvin.
Yeah.
Like it's J Balvin. That's different. Because she is...
I'll go to a Spanish
she's
concert.
She's a reggaetonera. Like, I knew that. But it's funny though because I know. I'm like... Well, okay, it's J Balvin. Like, I think about it. I'm like, this bitch don't want to see Cardi B.
No.
I knew that. She don't care about Chris Brown. She don't care about...
Listen,
I knew that.
I would see Chris Brown if somebody took me for free.
Yeah, right.
But am I going to spend my hard-earned money for like $600 tickets?
No.
Never.
Now, the adventure, the experience we will always be here on are fine dining. But like not only fine dining, like from the fit to the just all the things, the good food, the ambiance, the music, the drinks, and boats.
Oh, and like sometimes locations.
Oh yeah,
we love a beach.
We love the
water.
There's so many times we randomly had like days. We've had more than I thought of where we just were like, well, we're downtown. Multiple times randomly, and those end up being like really fun when they're unplanned. I think one day we went to like the river like right before my birthday just cuz, and then we ran into somebody and then we ended up at Hubbard Inn, and then we had a ball, and then I saw somebody that I was like whatever.
I remember.
And then another time we were on a boat, and then we ended up downtown, and then we ended up hopping around places, and then at some point we were both over it. But anyway.
Yeah, so like, that's a good example. So I think like it just, it's things that you refine. Like it's a little bit of refinement that is needed as you grow, because adulthood, you might just grow in separate ways, but it doesn't mean you have to actually separate. It just means of like, okay, now we gotta get to know each other again because we've grown. And that's like growing should be a part of life.
I think there are differences in 3 ways. Growing apart from somebody. I think there is growing together. But as you grow together, you're still building like individually, but also together. And then there's just people who, what's the third one? It's about growing, but it's just like growing distant. I think there's a difference between growing apart and growing distant. it's like this person's still in my life.
Mm-hmm.
We're just not as close as we used to be, but that's okay. I know this is somebody I care about, but it's not like a super, like, it's not a friendship of importance that like they're one of the immediate people I call if something happens, but there's somebody that's important to me. We just grew distant. We're not as close as we were, but you're in my life. I think a good example is one girl I went to high school with. We used to be very close, but I think we grew distant. She's important to me. I think big events I invite her to, but she's not like, you know.
I understand.
And then there's growing apart. And I think that's a friend and that we've had.
shared.
We shared. We grew apart. Nothing happened. We're just
Actually, a lot happened.
okay, but like nothing immediately before the growing apart. Things happen way before that.
There was a history
Micro moments before
that led to that. And
Yeah.
I often think about too is like that communication from that person. We never got, I think, the communication we deserved.
from in general.
It was, yeah, in general. I
Yeah.
think it was, what the better word for that is, consideration. We never got the consideration to, I think, even grow from that. I'm going to speak for myself.
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes things happen in friendships that can create like a big rift.
Mhm.
And something like this happened in that friendship. More than one event, but they were all related, right? And there was a big blow up that happened. And I was the first to apologize, because the moment that I realized what had just happened and what had I just been a part of, that
We
didn't
were
sit right in my soul. So
we
I
were
just took it
tricked.
upon myself. Yeah, we're manipulated.
We were manipulated.
by
We were
another
tricked.
friend,
And
because
we
were
acted
naive.
without
We acted without even thinking about it.
correct. And we took
because
accountability on that.
We chose to believe this person blindly, where we never even
Yeah.
thought
Yeah, yeah.
that there was going like that she could be lying. It was just to that point.
Yeah.
And on the same token, I'll speak for myself. I also didn't even think about how is the other person feeling, or
Same.
what happened
Mhm.
where she would do this. Like
Yeah.
that even never even crossed my mind. And I think
Yeah.
at that time it was just like a lack of, like, I'm gonna say lack of understanding, lack of knowledge. Because if that were me now, I think that would be the first thing I think about. So what happened that
Yeah.
she did this?
And I think we reacted off of emotion.
Back then,
That was the problem.
it was like I was just not so quick to clock it. So because we used to be such a close group, we trusted each other blindly.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. We trusted
Yeah.
each other blindly. So we didn't think to question the motives of this person
Yeah.
bringing up the story without the other person present.
Yeah.
And in so many words, this big blow up happened, and what, like, the friendship broke, and then I stopped being friends with one person immediately.
Yeah.
And when I say immediately, like, it was an immediate.
You blocked them.
When I say I'm done, I'm done. I don't go back.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot for me to even be done. So in that moment, like, I really was done. Then I knew then I had to rebuild that trust with the other
The
friend.
other person. It was
Because
only right.
she felt betrayed. She was
Rightfully
very
so.
hurt.
Rightfully so.
And I think where time heals all, it only heals all if you
you're
actually let it and you want it to heal.
correct.
When you don't give another person that wronged you the opportunity to make up for their mistakes, you have one or two options. You're either going to leave. I'm going to say this. I think you have one or two options. You should either leave, or at some point you need to grow from that. And I'm not going to use the word get over it, but you need to
Come to
surpass.
terms with this happened. It still affects me in this way, but I am choosing to see where things
move
go and
forward.
move forward. Yeah.
And I think, like,
Yeah.
the moment there was the acknowledgement that this happened and we're going to move forward, in that moment, that you just said happened. But at some point, you had to move past it.
Yeah.
What I don't think happened is that the person ever moved past it.
Yeah.
That person got stuck in the same place. And we changed as people.
Yeah.
But we were never given the opportunity. I
No.
never felt like I
No,
was given the
no.
opportunity to show for that, or that my change in behavior or that growth was ever even acknowledged.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we're really
Are you gonna, I feel like you're gonna say what I wanted to say. Do it.
what
Take it
really
there.
did it for me is that there were other people involved that had a lot to say that weren't even there. And then this person would listen to all of those people involved that didn't know us, that had maybe a prejudgment, who knows,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely had bias opinions. And it's like, you also were not innocent. And as a matter of fact, you were not even exempt from part of the reason why we were even in this, why all those little events even happened in the first place. Because it wasn't just one big blow up. There was a few. And in the parts, in those things that you were a part of, you never, not once, remotely even attempted to take accountability for anything that you did. But the moment that we mess up and we make a mistake and I take a full accountability for my actions and I list them
Mm-hmm.
as I made them. And I've said sorry for everything I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And I've completely acknowledged everything that I was a part of. And then worked my way to regain your trust.
But not fully given the opportunity
Never
to do that.
given the opportunity. And then, then you hear all the talking from around people that should have nothing to say. First of all, shut up. You weren't even there. But that have all these opinions, and just to see how swayed by those opinions that was like a real turn off for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like it probably was for you. I just don't want to speak for yourself.
No, you could. If you say anything I disagree with, I'll be like, no, you're fine. I'm not in your head. I agree.
So
I don't
like,
need to repeat
that
the
was
same
like
thing. You're right.
Where I say like
I
I
don't
think
know.
about this often is because sometimes I think there were times where I felt like we were unfair in certain things, and that I wish I could have done better. And for example, like sometimes we'd hang out and we'd choose the south side most of the time. And I think like those things are actually inconsiderate, because it should have been more fair. It should have been more 50-50, where we should have done more things that were convenient for her instead of her always having to come to us. Sometimes it was a matter of like availability and like just, this is the place that we're all gonna meet at because like this is just where we used to hang out. But in hindsight, when I really think about it, I'm like, sometimes that I think that was selfish, and I just wish that I would have been better at doing things that were also fair for her when we chose to spend time together. So that I will say, because that is how I've taken a look at that situation, and I do feel like it was selfishness at times because it was more convenient for me.
I don't quite see, I understand what you're saying, but again, like if you think about how like we started like the friendship was because everything was on the north side.
Yeah,
but maybe that's when you weren't,
Yeah,
you get pulled in later. Because for me, in that, it was always in the north side. Always the same types of events at that one house, very far from me. And I did it, whatever. So like for me, it was like, all right, now it's here. But I get that because you weren't in that first part, right? So for me, that's why I don't feel that. Because I feel like for a long time, I was going over there.
But then you also like chose.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I won't say anything, because I chose to do that.
Yeah.
So,
but
again, she,
like where I'm coming
you could
from
say something.
is because as friends, I want, and this is a me thing, I want to be considerate of my friends to the point where I know at some point I'm going to be inconvenienced, but I also, it's important to acknowledge when other people are being inconvenienced. So what I'm doing is I have acknowledged from my own
Yeah.
perspective that I think always having her come to the south side was actually selfish and it was inconvenient for her. She still chose to do it. Do I think that I could have done a better job at making things more fair? Absolutely. And that is 100% a me thing because I hate when people are inconsiderate
I get that.
of me. I think I apply things to when you want to show up for somebody, you show up because you want
You
to,
want to.
because that's in your heart.
And the other thing I think about often is this idea of like, we never, at least, we were never invited half the time to things that person had. And I think this is another reason why the distance grew, because people maybe in their family
Mm-hmm.
got a bad taste for us. And so I think it was very much a, I don't want them here.
Oh,
So so that's why I peep that early on.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, yeah, I get the convenience part of going there, but that person ain't never bringing us over there. And then that other person stopped talking to us, and it was that other person's house we would go. So like,
Yeah.
the last time I had to go to that person's house, that person made us stand outside in the cold because we didn't go inside. And for me, I'm not gonna forget that, because that's
okay.
somebody came to do you or somebody you love a favor, and you made us stand outside like that. That just sits a little funny with me. And again, it's not like I'm not mad at you for it, but it gives me a weird taste in my mouth. That gave me a weird taste in my mouth. And then just looks I got from the family member gave me a weird taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
But again, looking at it from the other side, because as I get older, I think we start to look at things from the other side. We earlier had the conversation that, man, sometimes we get more mad for our friends and people we care about, like that we feel they were wronged versus them. So very much that family member, probably that's what they felt when they saw us.
Yeah.
So
Granted,
granted,
they had never spent enough time with us to know us.
granted, that's why I'm like, you know what? Okay, I get it. But still, that's why it's like, I get your point, being considered.
Granted, we moved on and there's no animosity
No.
on our end. Like
No.
not on my end, not on her
Neither,
end.
neither.
Never.
I will
I still
always
have a
have
lot of
love.
for this person.
I
I
always
appreciate her.
Always. I think I had great
I
memories.
have actually nothing bad to say except for the fact she never took accountability for
yeah, I have
anything she
nothing
was-
bad to say. I
she
would
was a
never say
part of,
anything bad about that person.
but
Pure example of just like growing apart.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's get to this comedy show. I'm about to do some funny things.
Woman of many hats.
Many hats. And look at my
Gotta
friends
love it.
supporting me, coming to a comedy show, not even knowing I was a part of it.
And then again, like this is the kind of things that would I choose to do this?
Yeah.
No, not really. One, because I don't find all things funny.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
comedy, although I like comedy shows, it's not my thing.
Not
because I don't
everything's
find-
funny
I
just
don't
because it
find a
says
lot of things
comedy.
funny.
Yeah.
Americans have a different sense of humor than what I think I have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So just a little FYI, but we're doing it together.
But I'm waiting
We're
for
gonna see our
Fiamma to invite
friends.
me to Farmer's Market, because I would go.
Okay, well,
I'm waiting for her to invite
that
me.
would be something you
I
would
would go
like.
to a workout class because I've done it with other people. You just got to invite me.
Okay.
So tell Fiamma to invite me. I'll be in there with the
They don't
Farmer's
gotta
Market,
tell me,
real
you
cute.
just- now I understand.
I'll just be in there, like-
honestly, I never thought you would even consider going
Yeah.
to a farmer's market.
I would. And I've gone to farmers markets.
Oh, okay.
Invite me, girl. Yeah, I'm going to be at a farmer's market, y'all. Catch me at the farmer market. I'm going to love farmer's market, okay? I'm a farmer market holic after this. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to follow us at Can I Be Honest _pod, at Talk with Tati.
And at _Fiamma _. You'll see it.
No, please spell it out. That's my favorite part.
FIAAAMA. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, we want to hear your feedback. So comment, send us DMs. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Let us know if there's any parts of this 2-part episode where you felt like you've been through some
Yeah.
of the same things that we talked about. Share your stories. We'd love to share them as well on one of the episodes. So, yeah, we're looking forward to the feedback.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye.